Healthcare is an issue that impacts every single person in this country. And like me, when I was a farm worker, people know there's something wrong. They just don't know what to do about it. And that's where organizing, with coming together with groups like the Lown Institute is so important. My name's Eliseo Medina. I'm a supporter of the Lown Institute because I think they are beginning to organize the movement for change in our healthcare system that we need in this country.
As I travel around the country, I hear more and more people struggling to contain the corrosion of the sacred relationship that should be at the center of healing. During this conference, we've heard what extraordinary things one physician or one nurse or one citizen can do. Imagine what 1,000 people could do for healthcare in your city in 1 year. Now, imagine 1 million of us. Through the Right Care Alliance, we at the Lown Institute are seeking to build a mass movement that can imagine the health system we all want and need, and then galvanize the action to create it.
Primary care is utterly failing. We run from room to room to room in meaningless increments of meaningless 15-minute visits. We stopped everything inside of our organization, got 50 Section 8 vouchers from the state of New Jersey, raised $750,000 in earmarks and wraparound dollars, and we are moving the most complicated people I've ever met, moving them into brand new apartments with tons of wraparound. That's the closest I've ever gotten to right care in my full 17 years in Camden. This is going to be not just integration, a profound reconstruction of the mental model and the delivery of addiction services, mental health services, primary care, and housing.
When you look at those documentaries on the civil rights movement, you see the protests and the marches and this and that. But what you don't see are the years of deep emotional, spiritual, psychological consciousness work that went on in these churches before people had the willingness or confidence to stand up and fight. It started with that week in, week out, building that internal strength of the people. They were able to change, little by little. And then when I started seeing people stand up in church with this new consciousness, that was the movement. And when that change happened, it was over. Everything else is et cetera. The protests, the marches, et cetera.
Now, the hardest part about any movement, I think, is faith. Faith that when we go back to our hospitals and our dinner tables and our coffee shops with our message, that we will find people who respond, that we won't be alone. Faith that our colleagues are out there, our colleagues in this room are out there doing the same thing. What we must do next is speak. We must find others who see the world as we do, who share our conviction that the system as it is cannot stand. If you walk away from here energized and you let the energy slowly die, you will cheat yourself and all of the rest of us. Instead, make that pledge to talk to 3 people a week. Post it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, and have faith. Faith that your individual small actions in the aggregate will, in the end, have big impacts.